I brought some tissue just in case. I've cried a lot of tears over the years. Sometimes I can't believe what I've been through. This is my own story. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. You have to make your own decisions. When I developed chronic pain after several different antibiotics and then got worse after epidural cortisone injections for pain, months turned into years. I set out to find a cure, and I wanted to warn others so they wouldn't have to suffer too. I wrote about what I researched and what I did to manage pain, hoping to publish a book. 10 years later, I finished my manuscript. I never thought I'd be on YouTube. When I started the journey to get a literary agent to get published, I discovered that they wanted an unknown author to have an online platform. I was always turning to YouTube when I needed information. The how-to videos were endless. I was familiar with YouTube, so I felt comfortable on this platform. The more I learned about the publishing process, the less confident I was. Writing a book was therapeutic, and I hope to publish it someday. In the meantime, I'll keep sharing what I've learned. And thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. There's a lot to consider. Should I self-publish? What's the title? Do I use cortisone in the title? Epidurals? Antibiotics? And not just fluoroquinolones, the worst kind of antibiotic. Different kinds of antibiotics. The title would be so long. Did you know antibiotics could weaken tendons and ligaments, causing pain, cause eczema, and damage skin? Everyone reacts differently. There isn't a blanketed catch-all list of side effects. And did you know that cortisone can damage cartilage? I hoped one day to find a natural or medical cure, but that day never fully came. I found some relief through plasma injections and acupuncture. And I didn't intend to talk about my faith because I thought I could separate the two. About a year and a half ago, I was able to stop using a wheelchair after 17 years. I listened to Divine Healing Technician Training videos on the John G. Lake Ministries website. And in one of the videos, I heard, "Get out of the wheelchair and don't go back to it." It took time before I could use my legs better, but the severe pain that put me in bed all day left right away. I had to learn what to look for and what to expect when the Bible says they shall recover. When I first became disabled, I couldn't use my legs properly to walk, and exercise made me feel worse in the beginning. When my children were young, I'd walk them to school and felt something slip out of place while I walked. I couldn't make it back home without great difficulty. I had to inch my way forward just to make it back home. It was so embarrassing. I knew it was important to keep moving. I wanted to be ready for the day I could walk, so I exercised every day and still do. I did leg exercises, arm exercises, stomach. It was easier to exercise after acupuncture, but I still couldn't walk. I lost faith in the medical community when I was 18, and my mother died after an overdose of prescription antidepressants. Slowly, I began to trust doctors when I married a man who was in the medical field. Sadly, he passed away after an accident over 10 years ago. I thought modern medicine had its place, but I wasn't sure where I fit in. I even had 2 home births and used homeopathic remedies. In hindsight, there are a few rules, if you will, that I would have followed. I saw firsthand that medical intervention wasn't necessary when I got an infection after a DNC, and that's why I had to have another antibiotic. I had had several miscarriages and did not have a DNC after every one, and I healed perfectly fine. The year I started having problems walking, I had surgery to remove basal cell skin cancer. I never knew about the side effects of antibiotics. I don't know what kind of antibiotic I had during surgery, but I had amoxicillin afterwards. One thing led to another, and a different doctor gave me antibiotics for the unknown pain, thinking it was an infection. Then I ended up agreeing to another surgery for a partial hysterectomy to see if that would take care of the pain problem. No, it did not. So that would be another rule I would follow. Don't have surgery if they do not know where the pain is coming from. Which, by the way, I had pain during internal examinations, pain on the outside of my thighs, and pain deep inside the glutes. Now I know it was ligaments and tendons damaged from antibiotics. So I began to distrust doctors again. And when I was told that my son needed surgery for a crossed eye, I decided to turn to God, and He healed him. All it took was for me to believe and refuse the surgery. I really don't know why I went back to doctors looking for answers for my own problems and had epidurals thinking I could get help. When I couldn't find a cure, the only choice I had left was to turn back to God. If you ever wondered what Jesus was all about, who He was, and does He still heal today, then Curry Blake, the General Overseer of the John G. Lake Ministries, might have the answers you're looking for. They have a YouTube channel as well. Remember to search John G. Lake Ministries or JGLM on YouTube, not Curry Blake, because people start channels without his consent. Thanks for watching, and God bless.